Hey everyone, welcome to the channel once again. Today we're diving into something that absolutely exploded across the internet. The Amazing Digital Circus Episode 1 Pilot. I thought that would be a much longer title, but apparently it wasn't. Anyways, now this episode didn't just perform well. It shattered expectations. We're talking hundreds of millions of views and a massive cultural impact almost overnight. But here's the thing. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's perfect. So today, we're going to break it down, starting with some of the minor flaws and then getting into what this episode absolutely nails. Let's start with the weaker points, because yes, there are definitely a few. Now, quick thing before we start, I am using a script for most of this video, but I was running out of time and I needed to record. This is currently Sunday, May 3rd, and I need to record on Sunday so I can edit on Mondays through Fridays. So, I was running out of time, so for the outro, I will not be using a script. So if my vocabulary isn't as great or I start to stutter a lot, then that's the reason. Because I have not put the outro in the script because I was running out of time. Anyways, let's get into it. So, back to what we were saying, let's talk about the weaker points. So, first up, the animation. Now, before anyone jumps on me, this is still impressive, especially for an indie production. But there are moments where the animation could have used a bit more polish. Some movements feel slightly stiff, and certain scenes don't quite hit the level of fluidity you might expect, especially when compared to big studio productions. That said, context matters, because this was produced by Glitch Productions, and for a studio operating outside the traditional system, what they achieved here is still incredibly solid. It just doesn't always feel consistent across every scene. Next, the story in this episode is a bit iffy. The pilot throws you into a bizarre digital world with every little explanation, which can be intriguing, but also a little bit disorienting. Some viewers might feel like the episode doesn't fully establish its stakes or direction right away. You've got a lot of strange concepts being introduced. Digital identities, trapped characters, existential undertones, but not all of it lands clearly in this first episode. It's more setup than payoff, which can leave things feeling slightly uneven. But, and this is important, that doesn't make it bad. Not even close. Because despite those flaws, this episode absolutely shines in several key areas. Let's talk about the humor. This is where the show really clicks. And, by the way, if you're hearing weird noises down here, I'm in my basement, because whenever I record upstairs, then either my sister interrupts me and says very fake stories that are definitely not true, or my just family comes in and interrupts me. If you've checked my other channel, DA Plays, my oldest videos, you might not know it, but many people have interrupted me, and yeah. But, if don't watch those, videos, only watch the recent one, because my older videos are insufferable. There, I said it. I roasted myself. Anyways, back to the video. So, let's talk about the humor. This is where the show really clicks. The comedy feels chaotic in the best way possible. Fast-paced, absurd, and often unpredictable. Characters bounce off each other with this weird, almost unhinged energy that keeps things entertaining even when the story gets confusing. The humor also helps balance out the darker undertones, because underneath all the bright colors and jokes, there's something off about this world. And this keeps it from being too heavy, too fast. And another thing the episode does well, it doesn't overload you with lore. A lot of shows, especially in this genre, tend to dump all their world building on you immediately. But the Amazing Digital Circus takes a different approach. It gives you just enough to stay curious without overwhelming you. You're left with questions, but they're the right kind of questions. Oh my. Anyways, the kind that make you want to keep watching. Then there's the pacing. For a pilot, it actually flows pretty well. It introduces characters, establishes the tone, and gives you a sense of the world without dragging things out. It's not perfect, but it keeps your attention the whole time. And that's crucial for a first episode. Now let's talk about the part that's honestly kind of insane. The impact of this episode. This single pilot episode didn't just succeed, it dominated. We're talking over 400 million views and reportedly generating over $200 million in revenue. That's not just impressive, that's industry shaking. It provided something huge. Indie animation can compete on a global scale. For years, high-quality animation has been associated with massive studios and huge budgets. But this changed the conversation. It showed that a small, passionate team with a strong creative vision can reach millions, even hundreds of millions of people worldwide. And because of that, it didn't just boost its own popularity. It helped push the entire indie animation scene forward. More eyes, more interest, more opportunities. That's a big deal. So, where does that leave us? The Amazing Digital Circus Episode 1 isn't flawless. The animation has a few rough edges, and the story doesn't fully come together just yet. But it does do a lot of things right. Okay, now this is the part where I don't have a script. So, yes. Is the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 1 good? Yes. Is it perfect? No. Is it bad? Definitely not. And I think, wow, that surprisingly didn't go as bad as I thought it would. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And, one quick thing. I will review the rest of the series. I might skip episode 2 just in case I'm in a rush. So I'm probably going to skip episode 2. The only thing I'll say is it's great, but it's not perfect. Its animation is great in a lot of scenes, but sometimes it decreases in some scenes. During the chase scene, yeah, it kind of slowed down a little bit, which I'm thankful for during the Gummy Goo and Pomni talking scene. But aside from that, yeah, it was a really good episode. I still prefer the pilot, but episode 2 is also a really good episode. I'll review the rest soon. And yeah, let's get into the end card. Alright, it's that time, end card. If you have checked my Jax is the GOAT YouTube short, part 1, I posted it on May 3rd. It is May 3rd at the time of recording this. But still, that's when I stopped using templates. Things really got to me, so I stopped. And it's actually kind of working out pretty well. I've got much more in store. Also, okay, I'm sorry. I'm running out of time. I gotta finish homework, because I have been busy these past few days. So, yeah, this video would have been much, much longer if I wasn't in a hurry. So, yeah. If there are any mothers watching this, at the time of recording this, tomorrow is Mother's Day. If you're watching this on a Sunday, then happy Mother's Day. Yeah, goodbye.